Hey, I'm Kelly Wilson. I'm a voice actor, mom, mismatched software, a real person with a real voice. Based in Twin Falls, Idaho, you can check out my story, kellywilsonvo.com. And this is my podcast, Real Talk. So today's topic, figuring out if you're actually afraid of something real or something fake and just feelings of fear. So I have these reoccurring night terrors. They tend to come on when I'm really stressed out. I call them my reoccurring spider dream, my poor husband. So for this dream, my kid has night terrors, and I've had them most of my life. They're horrible. So it's basically a nightmare or a dream, and they happen when I'm stressed, and they tend to happen during like one of those REM cycles where you're like switching back and forth. Maybe I'm not that well versed in the dream stuff, but like you're ending a REM cycle and your body is kind of awake, but your mind is still dreaming. So basically, I will wake up and I'm sometimes moving and yelling. My poor husband. And the spider dream, it's always spiders. And really there's been like 2, maybe 3 variations. Once is, I sleep next to a wall. So once, infrequently, it's just I look over and there's a bunch of spiders, little ones, just a bunch of them on the wall. Just the whole wall is covered in spiders. There's been another one where it's just a big fat, those big fat spiders with the fat butts, like it's huge, like bigger than a tarantula or something, and it's crawling away from me on the wall, and then I wake up. And then the one I really hate is the one where it's one single spider, good size, it's not huge that it's like obviously fake. It's a big, but a normal big size spider. We get big ones here in Idaho. And it drops right on my bed. And every time I see it, like I'm dreaming, but I sit up, like in my head I'm dreaming, but really my body is sitting up, and I take my blanket and the spider's dropping on my bed, and I take my blanket and I like catch the spider in my blanket, wrap it up, because I don't want no spider touching me. It's gross. And so I catch the spider. I'm awake and I'm yelling. My husband is like, "What's going on?" It's like spider dream. And then I have to turn the lights on and look, because I know it's my reoccurring spider dream, but it is so vivid, so real, and it feels so real, and your adrenaline's going, right? So you're not going to believe anyone. I have to see with my own eyes that there really is not a spider in my bed, and I just have to be like, all right, just had that stinking spider dream. Ugh. So, yeah, it's kind of horrible. Not a fan. I would say I had those night terrors about once a week. It was pretty bad. March through May of 2020. It was bad. I was stressed out. So September of 2019-ish, or the fall of 2019, I quit my day job and went full-time voiceover. And this is something that, I had money saved, and I've been doing this full-time voiceover thing for a really long time. So it's not like I was just like, bye. It was well planned out, money's saved, and, worked it out between my husband and I. And it was, it was the right time for us and such. But, quitting your day job is, it ain't no joke, all right? And then in March of 2020, I let my sitter go, social distance, and all of a sudden my son is home, and he was in this fantastic kindergarten, this private school, and he was just having the best time. He was always outside learning, and just, it was a really good experience for him. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's at home doing online kindergarten, and I don't know what I'm doing. I am not a teacher. I play one for a voiceover. And I got 2 kids at home. No breaks, no sitter, no help. My sitter used to fold laundry. I miss her. I still miss her. Now I'm just having my son do it. It's amazing. But she did it so good. She even showed me how to zip up kid clothes. She was so good. Anyways, so, all of a sudden I got 2 kids at home, no sitter, no help. I'm still working, and I just left my full-time job in fall of 2019. So, those mind demons are in your brain telling you can't do it, you're going to fail. Then there's COVID and you're worried about, getting sick or, getting the common cold as a voice actor is bad enough. But, getting COVID is, frightening. And then you're worried about family or yourself getting sick or worse. Then there's civil unrest, rightfully so, and so much negative energy. It was a lot. You remember? You remember 2020? It was a lot. It still is a lot. But then one night I woke up from my spider dream. Hey, yo. And my adrenaline's going. I can't go back to sleep. And I just have this dread, this worry. And finally, I'm just like, what are you worried about? And I go and I sit down and I start writing because it's like, 3 a.m. Might as well stay awake and start drinking some coffee and get some alone time. And it's not like I can sleep anyways. And I'm wondering, is it money? Are you worried about money? Is there a deadline? Do I need to do a voiceover and I forgot about it? What exactly am I worried about, Kelly? So I wrote it out and I didn't go back to sleep. I don't think I went back to sleep until the following day just because it was 3 a.m. and it was time to wake up. No point. And I had to ask myself a couple of times, why? I was just trying to dig deeper and deeper. Why are you afraid? Because of COVID. Okay, what because of COVID, what can COVID do to make you afraid? I might get sick. I'm like, all right, cool. So why are you afraid of getting sick? Well, you have health insurance. So you'll just eat into your savings and you'll just use your health insurance and you'll do the best you can, and that's all you can control, right? So I just kept going deeper and deeper and figuring out, like, is it money? Well, you have savings. You've lived in college. You can live off of peanut butter and jelly. Like, you got this. And my husband is like the most awesome laid back dude ever. He loves peanut butter and jelly. We all love peanut butter and jelly. So I'm like, all right, we'll be okay. Diapers are expensive, but we'll figure it out. So I had to just keep asking myself, what are you afraid of? Then I was thinking, well, is the fear actually like an actual thing, or am I just afraid in general? And am I just afraid of failing in general? And then I thought, well, I've always been afraid of failing, and that fear of failure has always been on the table. So why is 2020 any different or worse about? It's not. Failing has always been a possibility. So this year really isn't that special. Then I thought, okay, so if I'm afraid of failing in general, what's going to happen if I fail? Well, before I decided to go full-time, my husband and I, we already have a contingency plan. If it doesn't work, I just get another full-time job. That's why I got my master's degree. That's why I left my jobs on good terms. So, that's why I did these things. Would I be happy about it? No. Would I be embarrassed? Oh, yeah. I'd be so embarrassed. It'd be horrid. But would I die if I failed at voiceover and had to go back and get a regular day job? No, I wouldn't die. It would just be embarrassing. I'd go and I'd do the job and I'd still totally do voiceover on the side. But that's it. So if I'm not going to die, then why am I worrying about it all the time? The next night, no more spider nightmares. I don't think I've had one of them since May of this year. Yay. If you're afraid, first figure out what. What exactly are you afraid of? Is it really something? Are you afraid of like an actual lion attacking you? Is it for real fear? And maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. So doing this little exercise didn't magically make money fall from the sky, but it did allow me to understand what I was afraid of. Then I could actually come up with a game plan, right? Move forward, actually do my job instead of being frozen in fear. So if you are frozen in fear, maybe you can do this exercise and maybe it will help you out too. I hope so. Hey, if you have a question and you'd like for me to cover it on this podcast, well, please email it to me. Ask me, kelly@kellywilsonvo.com. If you're liking what I'm doing here, you can subscribe to my podcast, Real Talk, available everywhere you can hear podcasts, anchor.fm/kellywilsonvo. And if you hire voice actors, well, subscribe to my email community, kellywilsonvo.com/subscribe. And yes, demos, kellywilsonvo.com. Rate, review, share, tell a friend. Thanks. Bye.